So first off, what's your name?
Guadalupe Sanchez.
Okay, and today we are talking about the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Yes.
Um, what was, where were you at during the assassination?
We lived in Deming. I was at home with my little boys, my two oldest sons. Richard was only 2 months old, and I was fixing lunch for Grandpa, my husband, and he was coming home for lunch. So I was fixing lunch.
Okay, what was your immediate reaction?
My immediate was unbelief, unbelief, because my neighbor called me from next door. And have you seen the news? And, well, no, I wasn't paying attention to the TV, but yeah, that was unbelief. No, it couldn't have happened. Not the president, you know. That was heartbreaking for me.
What were the boys doing at the time during,
What was who doing?
what were the boys doing at the time?
Well, but your uncle boy, the oldest, he was only a year and 2 months old. He was walking around, supposedly helping me, and we were both singing and watching the baby and stuff.
So would you say the whole community had been affected by the
I think the
assassination?
whole community, the ones that were at home that didn't go out to work, they all had their radios or TVs on, and they all heard the news probably at the same time. So, from what I could gather, all the neighbors, maybe about 4 or 5 neighbors, they were out in the yard talking. And we were all, well, me, I was surprised, heartbroken, but I could see them out there. I didn't want to leave my little boys in the house by themselves.
Yeah.
So I looked up. I could see them out there standing, gossiping.
um, what do you remember? Do you remember anything before the days leading up to it, or
No, it's pretty much pretty normal. That was just, usual routine. Take care of the babies, and Grandpa went to work, and I would stay home, clean up, and take care of them, and fix lunch.
okay? And so, while you were after the assassination, was there any sort of fear that was residing in the community? Did it affect the way life felt? Did it?
Not that I knew about, not that I noticed, because I didn't go out in the community much, but it was in the news, on the radio, on the TV, it was all unbelievable. It was all talk. It was all, you know, conjecture and everything showing the video over and over again, and that was not good.
Can you describe the feeling of when it happened? Like the environment around you, was it silent? Was it?
It's like I said before, it was unbelief. You had to sit there and watch and listen to everything because you could not believe that had actually happened. Nobody would dare to kill the president of the United States, not one of the Kennedys.
And was, sorry, hold on 1 second.
You lose it.
Um, so, I mean, you've covered pretty much most of my questions when when you answer. Did the assassination change your political views in any way? Did it?
Not really at that time when when he was voted in for president. I was not old enough to vote, but I wish that I had been, and I would have voted for him. And if he had run again, I would have voted for him. Like he was To me, he was a very honest man.
He was a very amazing president.
Very, very.
Um, and afterwards was when I say the community impacted, did they like enforce any sort of extra security measures? Did they have any
As
sort
far
of
as I knew, there was a lot of, what do you call them? It wasn't closed down, but people were more aware.
mm-hmm.
They were more aware that this had happened. Oh, shoot. That this had happened, and they were, well, it was all unbelief, a lot of grieving,
Mm-hmm.
even if we didn't know him personally, or there was a lot of grieving in the community.
That's sad.
Very sad. It was very sad. It was, that's all the discussion there was wherever you went. I mean, you went in a store and people were discussing it. The cashiers were discussing it with the customers. And can you believe it? This was can you believe that it happened in the United States? This is, this was, because he was very, very well loved, very, you know, very, seemed to be a very honest man. And everybody just was very proud. First Catholic president and other stuff.
So the whole situation was somber afterwards. It
Very,
was
yes. As far as I know, like I say, I didn't go out in the community much, but yes, everybody was, it was, like I say, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
it
Very
truly
hurtful.
is. Um, I had another question and I lost it. Hold on, give me 1 second. um, what was Grandpa doing at the time, and what was his reaction?
Grandpa was about the same as everybody else. Nobody could believe, but he was out working. At the time, he was a, a route man for a 7-Up bottling company.
Mm-hmm.
So he ran the truck and he went to the stores and did the deliveries and stuff. So he was in touch with a lot more people than I was. So he was, like I say, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we were both not old enough to vote. we were just, you know, but then voting wasn't 18 then, it was 21.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Nowadays, you guys can vote at 18. You can register to vote. Back then, we didn't. We had to be
You
21.
had to be 21 to vote.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm.
When did they enforce that you guys
Do
could
you
vote
know
at
that I
18?
don't remember the year? I don't remember.
I don't blame you. um, I'm sure it was a while back.
Yeah.
I forgot. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, just that I still feel that it shouldn't happen.
So you still
The
care?
country would have been, in my opinion, the country would have been a lot better off with him as president.
Mm-hmm.
He would have, I think he would have done a very, very good job.
So in a way, you still carry that
Yeah.
with you today. Would you say it affects your day to day life? Like, does it?
Well, it's kind of like I don't take the politicians, the campaigning and all that. I don't take their word for it. What they say to me is they're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They can make all the promises they want, but they're not going to do it.
You're not gonna do it. Oh, did you hear about Trump having
What did he do now?
So they're cutting food stamps, but they have him renovating the Oval Office.
Oh, with the food stamps?
I'm assuming so with that money, but
Yeah. Well, he's cutting the budget for everything.
mhm.
And they're even talking about cutting Social Security and all this stuff. What about the government workers? From what I hear, they're still at it. No, they're not working, not getting paid.
So do you think the situation would be different today if Kennedy was still alive?
Yes, yes, because he was all for I think he was all for the common man, the poor man. You know, he wasn't all highfalutin over there, but as far as I could tell. And that was, I mean, I was just a little person.
You're not a little person, Grandma.
But no, I think the country would have been a whole lot better if he would have.
Would have been better. So, well, thank you, Grandma.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. But for one last time, I'm gonna ask if you can state your name and your birthday.
My birthday?
Your name and your birthday.
Okay. Guadalupe Sanchez. I was born June 14th, 1944. And at that time, my dad was stationed in Germany when I was born. And he came back when I was 3 months.
Because he fought in the world.
Huh?
He fought in World War II, huh?
He was in the infantry, went with the tank division. He went into
Well, I'm glad
in
he
the
made it
middle of
back.
winter.
I know. I'm glad he made it back.
Yeah, he did, and we're very, very lucky that my poor dad. He already had four, 4 or 5 children when they drafted him, and he was in his 30s.
Oh my!
Yes.
Did the government pay for everything, or they?
Well, they paid him, and they um, sent my mother an allotment while he was gone. That was a lot of children to support.
That was really was, especially in the
But
military.
it was just towards the end of the war, so he was, they had to go. They even took my youngest uncle because they were only they made sure that the parents that were left behind had a son that would take care of them, that would run the farm or support them or whatever. But they took my uncle, and he was younger than my dad.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. Too young.
That was a bad war.
It was.
They're
It
all
was.
bad.
Yeah.
They're all bad.
All wars are bad.
Yes.
But thank you again, Grandma.
Okay, well, I hope it helps you because
No, it will. Thank you.